Hey, welcome back. Or if you're new here, good to have you. I'm Agent Monahan, and this is the channel where we take on the topics that everyone talks about but never explains. History, science, economics, politics, how things actually work. If that sounds like your kind of channel, hit subscribe and tap the bell so you don't miss it. Now, let's get into it. Today we're talking about the biggest elephant in the room when we talk about pricing right now, oil and gas, and how a narrow strip of water on the other side of the world could affect what is in your shopping basket. Look around this trading floor. Every screen shows one number, the price of a barrel of oil, and that number doesn't only stay on a trading floor. When oil rises by a single dollar, it doesn't just hurt drivers at the pump. It is a hidden tax on your bread, your coffee, your delivery parcel. You never see it on a receipt, but you pay it every time. So let's follow that dollar, from a barrel of crude, all the way to your shopping basket. The trader at this desk left his coffee mug behind. It reads, "I survived the 2008 oil crash." Going by the screens tonight, he may want a second mug. Let's start with the thing most people miss. Oil is not really a product. It is an ingredient. The factory that builds your phone runs on energy. The machines, the heating, the lighting. When energy gets more expensive, making things gets more expensive as well. And that increase in cost has to go somewhere, so it goes into the price of the thing being made. There is a stack of trading reports on this desk, taller than the coffee mug. Hundreds of pages of forecasts. The honest conclusion of every single one fits in 4 words. Nobody really knows. Once the thing is made, it still has to get to you. And that journey is where the second hit lands. Almost everything you buy is moved by ship, by truck, by van. That whole chain runs on diesel, and when the price of crude spikes, the price of diesel spikes with it. In the current crisis, the price of diesel has risen around 60% in a single year. The retailer absorbs that cost and passes it to you, and almost nobody on the receiving end connects the price tag back to a barrel of oil. Nowhere is this more visible than in food. Fertilizer is largely made from natural gas, and farm machinery runs on fuel. Much of what we eat travels refrigerated, burning energy just to stay cold. So a single loaf of bread carries energy costs several times over. Wheat, fertilizer, harvest, delivery. That is why the grocery bill is usually where a household first feels an oil shock. It is not just physical goods that this huge pricing wave takes on. Services carry the same hidden cost as well. An airline is basically a fuel bill with wings. A delivery company is a fuel bill with a logo on the side. Energy is embedded in almost everything you spend money on. An increase in the gas price means every single one of them gets expensive immediately. Then it raises an obvious question. How do all these big changes come down to this one very small stretch of water, the Strait of Hormuz? Look at the map on the center screen. The narrow stretch of water is the Strait of Hormuz. And when things are normal, this centerpiece of global oil transportation makes the oil price move without a single drop of extra crude being pumped or wasted. It sits between Iran and Oman, linking the Persian Gulf to the open ocean. At its narrowest point, it is just 21 miles wide. Through this narrow point, 20% of the world's oil and 17% of its liquefied natural gas flow down to global consumers. 1 barrel in 5 that the world burns every day passes through a gap you could cycle across in an hour. Now, narrow is one thing, but contested is what makes traders nervous. Iran sits along the entire northern shore of that strait and has currently closed down this essential trade route. Though we have the United States Fifth Fleet based across the Gulf in Bahrain, on the other side, that does not mean it can control what is happening in the whole northern shore. It is the single most important oil route on the planet, but even the greatest power on Earth doesn't know what to do about it. With Iran's closure of this central route, there is no clean detour. The only real alternative is to sail all the way around Africa, the Cape of Good Hope, which adds around 2 weeks to every voyage. More fuel, more crew time, more insurance. Freight rates jump 20% or more. Countries are pulling out their emergency stocks to keep the price as normal as possible, but when those drain out, no one's certain what is going to happen. The brokerage mug on this desk is still half full. By the time it cools, traders will have priced in 3 more crises and forgotten the first one. Tensions between Iran and the United States have moved from threats to open conflict. Earlier this year, Iran declared the strait closed, and ships came under attack. Brent crude, the global oil benchmark, shot straight past $100 a barrel. Even now, with negotiators at the table, every barrel carries what traders call a risk premium. A few extra dollars baked in, and it will pile up if the tension continues. The market is not only pricing the oil, it is pricing the fear. So we followed the dollar. From a barrel of crude, through the factory and the truck and the farm, and now, here, your kitchen counter, the petrol in your tank, the loaf of bread, the parcel on your doorstep. Right now, every one of them carries a small Hormuz premium, a price you are paying for a waterway 21 miles wide on the other side of the world. Energy is embedded in the cost of almost everything you buy. So when a choke point that far away tenses up, it is not a distant foreign story. It is a quiet line on your grocery bill, a hidden tax, collected 21 miles at a time. That's all for today. Hope that actually made sense of it. If you found it useful, hit subscribe and tap the bell so you catch the next one. Agent Monahan will see you soon.